We shall discuss Ohm's law. In 1827, a German physicist George Simon Ohm found that the relationship between the current I flowing in a metallic wire and the potential difference V across its endpoint. You can see in the circuit there is a conducting wire which we can also call resistance wire because it offers certain resistance. Resistance means the obstacle. In this case, when its end point is connected by a voltmeter just to measure the potential difference across the end point of this conducting wire. So voltmeter must be connected always in parallel to that conducting wire to whom we will take the resistance. We will measure the resistance. Now there is a battery of 4 cells right now, but we shall connect the different number of cells in the circuit. That is why dotted lines are shown. When this dotted line is dark, we shall connect only one cell. When this 2 cells are connected, when we darken this line, then 3 cells are connected, and the last line is joined, it means 4 cells are connected. We shall increase the number of cells in the battery so that the potential difference can be increased, and when the potential difference will be increased, the current will also increase. That thing we shall experimentally prove, and this is only the verification of Ohm's law. So according to the Ohm's law, the potential difference across the end point of a resistor is directly proportional to the current flowing through it, provided its temperature remain the same, means physical condition remain same. So we shall perform an activity. In this activity, this type of circuit diagram you have to make, in which a resistance wire, or we can say conducting wire, whose endpoint are X and Y, are connected in a closed circuit, in which a meter is connected, key is there, and a battery of 4 cells right now connected. When we connect only the first cell, means single cell, if we darken this, it means the current flow through this single battery, by the single battery. It means the potential difference which is developed across this endpoint will be V, suppose, and its value we can consider, a single cell is there, so we can consider 1.5. Okay. In that time we have to read the current also. This is the value of V. By the voltmeter we can measure the potential difference across the endpoint of wire, and by the help of ammeter we can measure the current. So right now we are measuring both of the quantity with the help of single cell. Now when we darken the second line, it means 2 cells are connected. Obviously when 2 cells are there, the potential difference across the endpoint of wire will be double, okay, of earlier value. Earlier we taken 1.5, now it's become 3 volt. But suppose the current earlier was 0.5 second, but when we increase the potential difference, then the current will be also increased. This time it will be double of earlier value, means 1 ampere. Now if we connect the 3 cells in this circuit, then obviously the potential difference across the endpoint of wire will be triple, and accordingly the current will be also triple. So experimentally we have verified in this situation that the ratio of V and I, means potential difference across the endpoint of wire and the current which flow in the circuit, if we take the ratio, this ratio will be constant provided the physical condition like temperature remains same. So the mathematical formation of Ohm's law is V proportional to I, because when V upon I is constant, this constant we shall take as a R. So V upon I is R. It means V proportional to I. Or in other words, we can say when proportionality sign is removed, then we have to apply a constant, and this constant is R. So V is equal to IR. Or we can write V upon I is equal to R. Since V upon I is constant and this constant is equal to R, R means resistance offered by the wire. What is resistance? Resistance can be defined as, resistance is the property of a conductor to resist the flow of charge through it, or we can say the obstacle produced by the conductor to flow the charge through it. It is called the resistance, and this resistance can be measured by the help of ratio of V and I. Because Ohm's law states that V proportional to I, so V is equal to IR, where R is the constant, or we can say R is equal to V by I. So the ratio of the resistance of conductor is the ratio of potential difference across its endpoint to the strength of current flowing through it, means V upon I only equal to R. This also states that resistance of a wire is inversely proportional to the current, or conversely you can say I is equal to V by R, means the current which flow inside the circuit is inversely proportional to the resistance of the wire, provided the potential difference across the endpoint is constant. So I is inversely proportional to the R. As the resistance of the wire increase, the current will decrease. So this is also the use of Ohm's law. Now SI unit of resistance. Resistance can be measured in unit ohm. Its Greek symbol is this ohm. Now 1 ohm resistance we can define. If the potential difference across the end point of conducting wire is 1 volt and the current which flow through it is 1 ampere, then the resistance R of the conductor is equal to 1 ohm. So 1 ohm resistance when 1 volt is the potential difference across the end point of the wire, in which 1 ampere current flow through it. So 1 ohm is equal to 1 volt upon 1 ampere. Now we shall discuss factors on which resistance of a conductor depends. The resistance of a conductor depends first on the length of the wire, second point area of cross section, and third nature of its material. We can conclude in the mathematical form that R, which is a resistance, symbol of resistance, R proportional to L, means more is the length of wire, more will be the resistance. Second point, R is inversely proportional to the area of cross section, means the thin wire has more resistance but the thick wire has less resistance, means as the area of cross section increase, the resistance will decrease. So R inversely proportional to A, means area of cross section. If we combine both the result, equation number 1 and 2, we can write that R proportional to L by A. And when we remove the proportionality sign by equal to, then it will be R is equal to rho L by A, where rho is the constant of proportionality and it is called resistivity or specific resistance of the material of conductor. So what is rho in this formula? It is the constant of proportionality. It is called resistivity of this material. Okay. So the SI unit of resistivity is ohm into meter, because the resistivity formula of resistivity is R into A by L. Just by cross multiplication, R into A is equal to rho into L. So rho will be equal to R into A by L. Now we can place the value. The unit of R is ohm. Unit of area of cross section is meter square. Unit of length is meter. So one power will be cancelled. In this way, the unit of resistivity remain only ohm into meter. Now we have to define the resistivity by this formula. The resistivity of the material is equal to resistance when its length is unit and area of cross section is unit. It means if length of the wire is 1 meter and area of cross section is also 1 meter, so we will write L as 1, A as 1, so rho will be only equal to R. So we can define the resistivity. Resistivity of a material is the resistance of its wire whose length is 1 meter and area of cross section is 1 meter square. So this is the resistivity. Resistivity depends only on the two things, because the length is unit, area of cross section is unit. That is why resistivity depends only on the nature of material and the temperature. Okay. Earlier we have discussed that there is a role of temperature, because if the physical condition change, like temperature change, its resistivity also change. Generally, resistivity increase by increasing the temperature of the laboratory, but not always, not directly proportional. Okay, so there is a formula for between the temperature and resistivity, in which the resistivity temperature coefficient has to be used, which is alpha. So specific resistance or resistivity depend only on the two things, nature of material and temperature. But the resistance depend on the length of wire, area of cross section and nature of material, and obviously the temperature also. So resistance can be found by the help of R is equal to rho L by A, where rho means specific resistance or resistivity of material will be given to you, length of wire will be given to you, area of cross section which can be also calculated by the help of formula pi r square, because generally all wire connection wire are taken in the cylindrical form, and the cross section area of cylindrical form is pi r square because cross section will be circle. So we can even find the area of cross section separately by the help of formula pi r square, where r is the radius of the cross section. Okay. So sometime we can find in the by the help of formula, or otherwise it will be given to you. Its unit is meter square. Length will be measured in meter, and in this situation the unit of resistivity will be ohm into meter.